Hey, this is me building and strategizing my 400k per year profit solo consulting business right in front of your eyes. And what you're currently watching is a daily video series that follows the exact same framework here. And I always start by answering questions from the audience. This means that you, as a viewer, can comment your question down below, and then I'll answer it. This is the channel you're watching, so you can pop a question just like all of these other people that I've answered over time here. And then I'll actually answer your question in tomorrow's video. So it's pretty cool. Then I'll run you through business stats, which is basically just this big Google sheet that I fill out every single day that tracks the growth of my social channels and also the cash, revenue, and costs that I have every single day inside of my business. Then I'll talk a little bit about my to-do list, what I did today and what I'll do tomorrow. And then last but not least, I do some live strategy where I brainstorm on my bottlenecks and my vision and like basically everything that I have for getting to $1 million a year in personal profit. I'm currently pacing 500k in profit this year, so in theory, I just need to double my business, huh? That sounds very easy. We'll get into that, but this is the channel you're watching now, my daily updates. And when I head into community, and then I'll find a comment that I haven't interacted with. So for example, Leo's comment here, and then I'll read it out loud and answer the question. So Leo says, "Hey Fred, I made 1.2 million for other people by selling info. It's good, but I want to transition into done with you or consulting. Yep. But I have 0 online presence, a bit of X, 0 Instagram, 0 YouTube. I have some capital to start. Let me know." I know that you texted me on Instagram, bro, so it seems more of a request rather than a question. But first of all, bro, like if I were to answer it in front of like people, then I would say well done. Like you've definitely gotten over the hardest part. It's harder to get a case study than it is to get an online presence. Everyone can share content online and build a so-called brand, right? But really good brands and personal brands, in my opinion, is really just about showing your competence, especially when it's in B2B. And you clearly have knowledge, bro, because you have cases. So don't worry. You've done the hardest part, so congratulations. No other questions today. It's all good. It's Saturday. I don't work Saturdays either, so this is just a way for me to like mentally check out of Saturday. It's almost 9 p.m. here in Dubai, and yeah, I always sleep early. I sleep the same time all day, 7 days of the week, and I wake up the same time. So I always sleep at like 9:30 or 10. But that's not what we're gonna talk about. My bedtime. We need to track the growth of my social channels here. All right. So I always track 1 day prior, right? So this means that today is the 26th, and then I'll track the stats for 25th. So my daily updates channel is currently sitting at 378. My main YouTube channel is currently on 6,446. 6446. Instagram 21013. Daily updates 378. And yesterday no cash and also no costs, so pretty chill day, I gotta say. What I did today, you're in for a long one here. I did absolutely nothing because it's Saturday. I wrote a little bit on a YouTube video just because I wanted to, but other than that, I just took the day off, spent the time with my girlfriend and then also my partner in my agency, Anton, and I just got back from the sauna, so pretty good Saturday, just like completely reset. I need that sometimes, especially after a week if I've had a lot of calls and so on. For strategy, I think I spoke a little bit about today with Anton, so I thought that we could just discuss it. What am I drawing? What I want to talk about is promises. Because it's a pretty interesting topic, promises, right? Everyone, Homosi, for example, $100 million offers. Your offers should be so good that people can't say no, and that typically adds some sort of like a security net, a guarantee inside of the offer, where it's like, if I can't deliver, you'll get your money back, or I'll work for free until we hit the goal, or these kind of things. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I built my last business with a money back guaranteed offer, and it worked super fine, and I never had any complaints. But I also think the market is heavily shifting away from guaranteed offers, so on and so forth. So I think there's there's promises and then there's guarantees. So I quickly just wanted to give you somewhat of like my insights, or like not insights, but like my view upon guarantees. I would rather that people work with me instead of my guarantee, because typically when you have a guarantee, people like you, but they're like, it's also pretty good that if this shit, if shit hits the fan, I'll get my money back. And I don't want to work with people who has a security net. Like it never works. It's never good, in my opinion. There are some cases where it makes sense. There are some scenarios, but I think in a mentorship solution with the authority level and like the mentor and then like the client, student, whatever you want to call it, relationship, there shouldn't be a money back guarantee. It's a little bit skewed. If I was a done for you agency, I would have a much better control over the outcome to be delivered, because I'm the one actually doing it. And then here I would actually be comfortable with adding in a done for you guarantee, for example. But let's talk about promises, because most of you out there, and including myself when I started, is that I always thought that the bigger the promise, the higher the perceived value I would actually get from the people that I would work with. And I've realized over time that is absolutely not true. It is a lot better to have small promises that you can keep rather than large promises you have a hard time to fulfill. And what do I mean by this? Well, I mean this by, I see a lot of, for example, fitness coaches lose 20 pounds in 4 months, and then their clients lose 10 pounds, and then they're mad and sad because you didn't fulfill your promise. Whereas if you would just have promised these people that you would do your absolute best in order for them to get their health and habits in check, eat the best kind of food, give them the right support, and showcase the proof of all the clients you've worked with and your own journey, and told them that I cannot guarantee you anything, but I'll do my very best to make sure that this is something long-term and healthy, and that you will lose 5 pounds within 4 months. That is what I based on my own experience and my clients and like everything that I can do for you, that is what I'm comfortable with like estimating. And then that person would go ahead and drop 10 pounds, and then they would be the happiest client on earth, and then they would renew, right? The same in business consulting. It's like, I promise you I'll add 20k to your monthly recurring revenue within 4 months, and then you only add 10k, and then people are like, meh, what is this? This is not 20k, you know? Same as people saying, you can get a 30x return on your ads, then their clients get a 10x, and then they're like, I want my money back, this is not 30x. And it's very, very unlikely that you, for every, like, because there's so many moving parts here, right? There's also the moving part called, what is the vehicle for me to lose 20 pounds, get a 30x return on investment on my ads, or add 20k in MRR? Like, what should I do, right? Let's say that I wanted to lose 20 pounds. You should only drink water for 2 weeks straight. Well, yeah, I would like to drop some weight, but I'm not water fasting for 14 days, you know? Or, yeah, I would also like to get a return of investment of like a 30x ROAS on my ads, but I don't want to only run crazy retargeting, urgency, money back guaranteed offers, spend 1k and make 30k back in like extremely long contracted deals, where it's a payment plan of people paying fucking $500 a month for the next 24 months, you know? So I think most people forget that there are so many different moving parts to your promise in terms of like, how am I actually getting there? What is the actual destination, and what are you promising me, and who is the person taking me there? So what you should start focusing on inside of your offer and your business, especially when it's consulting or you're the face of it, is always just to like have small promises that you can always keep, you know? People respect small promises a lot more than large claims and bold statements. Like, the market is extremely tired of that. So I think if I can give you one takeaway from this video, is just like, try to, like, my promise for the past 10 months is like, I've told every single person that I work with this. I have a 75% renewal rate on a 9.5k offer, and my client lifetime value is 16k. So it's now we're listening here. Every single person that I work with, the only thing that I promise them is, I promise you, I'll answer you on Slack Monday to Friday, and I will speak with you twice a month, 45 minutes. That is the only thing that I'll promise you. your revenue or your profit margins or your ad setup or sales team or what. I'm not promising anything there. I've personally done $3 million with my own consulting offers. I've helped 400 people sign more than like 1,200 clients or something, and you can see all of my current students now doing like 400 or 500K combined in monthly revenue, but I'm not promising you anything. And it's been the best thing that I've ever done for both attracting the right people, always making sure that I can over deliver to my clients, because yes, some of my clients have a 30x ROAS, and yes, I have clients that went from 10, 20K to 50, 60, 70K. I had one guy last week hit 80K. Shout out Vince. He's definitely not watching this. He's too busy. He's doing 80K a month, man. So I think many people, I think back to Fred of like 4 or 5 months ago, of like, not 4 or 5 months ago, like 1 year ago, for example, 1.5 years ago. And like I wanted to make the biggest and boldest claims because I thought that would make me and my business and my offer a lot more attractive and cooler. But I just realized that I just attracted all the wrong people, and my business didn't become 1 second cooler. So try your best to give small promises that you can actually keep, and then over deliver. Your client lifetime value will go up, and you'll get to work with amazing people. It will take a longer time for people to understand ideas and smaller promises, because in fact it's a lot easier to understand why you should invest high ticket into something with a money back guarantee, instead of a weird blonde guy from Denmark just promising you that he will spend some time with you. But it's the best decision you'll ever make. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed small promises instead of large claims, and we'll just see each other tomorrow.